Hey guys, so I am back, and today I just, got on thought like thinking like, what do I want to record for my podcast? And I'm like, autism. I mean, it affects my son's daily life. It affects my life, and it affects a lot of people's lives. I'm not gonna bash autism. I'm not gonna bash anybody. So just gonna put that out there. Make sure you all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and other places. And these are my opinions, as it says down below. They're not facts. There might be some facts in here, but mostly when it comes to autism, it's every individual experiences autism differently. Um, and we're not going to send any hate. I mean, it's all love when we talk about autism. Um, what made me want to talk about it was like I'm on YouTube a lot, and the algorithm, like they pick up your voice, things you search, Google, anything like that goes into your YouTube algorithm. A lot of people don't know that. That's generally what happens. My son has autism. He has moderate autism with repetitive speech. So he'll repeat what you say. He'll also repeat what he says. Um, Anybody that knows my kid is an amazing kid. He's overcome so much with his autism, and I've also noticed his behavior is slowly getting better. He's learning how to manage his emotions a little bit better. Um, He used to not want to make friends. Now he has so many friends. He used to not want to talk to other adults. Now tries to brighten everybody's day. He has his own personality. He's very sassy, but he's very loving. But when I go on YouTube a lot, I watch a lot of these creators. Um, for the Love of Gabe is one of them that caught my eye on, and I like watch and I like listen. I follow them, so I get the community board, and I'm just like, I go back to their old videos and to where they are today, and it's just like, it's amazing. He has a great support system. He has two loving moms. Um, you get to watch him exercise with Coach Aaron, or swim, go to concerts, restaurants. You see the bonds he has with people. Um, it's very encouraging for moms who have 6-year-old kids with autism or younger. Like, it's scary for us because we don't know what our kid could become. And then you watch videos like this and you're like, okay, now a lot of people are confused on how autism works. It is a spectrum. Um, it affects everybody differently. We have non-speaking autism, and then we have moderate autism, high functioning autism. Like, it's so many spectrums. Like, there is just a wide range of spectrums, and not every kid is going to act the same. They're not at all. Um, when you look at Gabe and you look at my son, they are completely different, but they both have autism. There's a lot of things that Gabe does that my son does do, like stimming. He stims the same way. But my son can talk. He can verbally express himself, and Gabe can express himself with sound, movements, eyes, body language. He expresses himself completely different. And it's okay. I mean, it's great. It's the way they communicate, and they're just different, you know? But it's still amazing to watch them grow. It's still amazing to watch them change, like, and adapt to the situation they're in. I mean, they are so resilient. They're so loving, and they're such amazing kids, amazing people. And they do amazing things. There's a lot of autistic people that have done so many amazing things. And there's a lot of people you don't even know who have autism. Unfortunately, with Gabe, you can tell by his movements, stuff like that he might have autism. And then my son also might have autism because he does move around a lot. He likes to mimic what he hears on TV, and he'll go into his own little world, and that's where he stays. He's unaware that people are around him sometimes. And when you ask him a question, like how old you are, he's going to just tell you his name. And he understands how old you are. He just doesn't want to tell you. I'll do it, and then he'll tell them their age. But the reason why I made it's amazing to me, and it's fascinating, and I love watching these kids grow and overcome something that, people with autism, we can't understand it. And they just do it, and at times it seems like it's so difficult. What we have to understand is they are learning to love who they are, and they are accepting who they are. So to us, it looks difficult. It's sad. It's, like that. But that's not the way they see it. They say, hey, I don't like this about myself, but this is the way I am. And I still love myself. Yeah, they're going to have emotions. Like, I know Gabe's mom mentioned that he, it seemed like he was trying to find himself. I think he found himself. But he's a teenager, they have teenage feelings. Just because you have autism, you're still a normal kid. You're going to have hormones. You're going to have emotions. You're going to, even my son, he has, anger, sadness, happiness, confusion. And they just, to me, it's just they have such resilience. And I just keep saying it. They do. To me, it's just so amazing. Like, I watch these kids on YouTube, and I know it's not the whole lives, but it's like you see it in their faces, you see it in their eyes. The love, the knowledge, the fascination. Like, a lot of these kids with disabilities in general, you see it. And then they have amazing support groups, people who love them, which is what all these kids need. They always need supporters. And they just shine. And then you watch all the old videos. Like, I watched old videos of my son, and you watch how they overcome everything that stands in their way. These kids, nothing stands in their way. They either adapt or they overcome. One or the other. It either becomes a part of them, and that's just the way it is, or they say, I'm changing that. Like, I don't know. It's just amazing. And people, like, when I first heard or thought my son could have autism, yes, I was scared and I was ignorant. I was a whole mess of tobacco because you don't understand it because you're not autistic. But one thing is for sure, I always tell people my son is not stupid. My son is no different than your child. He handles situations differently. We all do. But my son is not stupid. And I kept saying that my son is not stupid. Don't call my son stupid. Don't call my son slow. Don't call my son, because he's not. He's 2 grade levels ahead. He's book smart. Okay? My son is 2 grade levels ahead. He is going to graduate. He's going to succeed, and he is going to try and attempt to go to college because he loves learning. He loves to learn. and he doesn't want to stop learning. And I don't want him to stop learning. I'll do everything in my power to make sure my son succeeds. If he can't get a job, that's fine. If he can't do anything, that's fine. If he wants to stay in school, that's fine. If he decides to tell me one day, Mom, I want to be a computer science. I want to study computer science. I want to be in that field. He may never get a job for it, but he can study, he can learn, he can do amazing things. This kid is really good at video games. Not all video games, but he is good at video games. Like Sonic, I struggle so hard with Sonic. He does not give up. He will sit there, he will rage, he will get angry, and then he just keeps going. And yes, he's getting overstimulated. Yes, he's getting upset. But he keeps going. He beat Sonic. All the levels. Took him about a week because I kept telling him, hey, you gotta calm down and everything like that. But he's 6 years old and he did it. He loves Minecraft. He likes building. He's learning to build houses. And he does a really good job building houses. He loves to draw. He loves music. I saw him where Gabe is learning to play the piano. I've seen another young gentleman. He looks like he likes fashion. He loves his mom. Loves pizza. Loves food. I need to watch a little bit more of him, see what other interests he likes. But I think a lot of these kids are going to be amazing. They're going to do so much for this world. And every day they bring excitement. Like when I see Gabe wrestling with his coach, Aaron, his training coach, is it's just, you see the joy, you hear him giggle, you know. I saw him swim and he was so happy. The other boy, you know, he goes places with his mom, his conversation with his mom. He gets all dressed up, all dapper. He comes out and says hello, and you can tell he's having fun. There is a young girl who's on here, and it shows the struggles, and it shows her overcoming those struggles. She's really young. She's like, I think a little bit younger than my son in the videos. But I can tell you, her personality, I can already see it. She's sweet. She looks kind. And I can tell that as it goes by, like I'm hoping to see more of her videos pop up in the algorithm so I can watch her grow. She's going to be an incredible woman. But if you're interested in autism, I suggest you watch the videos of kids with autism and everything, and you learn about the spectrum. You learn it because these kids are amazing. They are exceptional. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but I also watch adults with autism as well. There's one who, I need to get all their names. If I find all their names, I will link them in my description in the video on YouTube. I will literally go and try to find them. YouTube algorithm has been really weird. Like even the ones I've subscribed to are not subscribed. Of course, I share my YouTube with my son so I can watch what he is watching. And a lot of times my videos and subscriptions get unsubscribed because my son's very small and he wants to watch what he wants to watch. But I will try to find all these. But there's this one guy, he's an uncle. He goes to restaurants and he gives his reviews, and he's so kind. And he was the first one I actually watched before Gabe, of someone with adult autism and everything. And it brightened my day because it's like my kid's going to be okay, you know. And I mean, if like I said, if you're curious, you can watch all of them. Like you learn something different every day. You learn something new every day. And it changes your aspect of what autism is, because it is a spectrum and you can see the spectrums. And I don't know if it's just me, but it just amazes me how awesome these kids are, awesome these adults are with autism. All, even the ones with minor autism, like you can barely tell, and they're doing amazing things. They're going through life and, just vibing, and it gives me hope. Someone who has an anxiety disorder, someone who suffered depression really, really badly and overcame my depression. It's like, to me, they're inspirational. I know it's like two different things: depression, anxiety, and autism, but it shows we as human beings are very resilient. And as long as we have the support group that we have, and our support group is positive and resilient as well, we can succeed. It does take a village to raise a child, and it takes a village to support the village. Everybody has to pitch in, everybody has to do their part. And we stopped that with our society. Now it's like it's for themselves, and we lose sight of it. But then when you watch this, it's like if you look, they have a whole village, they have a whole community, and that community supports them. The community stands strong with them, and it's just everything gets simplified a little bit. Even though it's a complex, spectrum, it's simplified. Like, that's how society should work. We should all be together. We should all be working together, helping everybody to see the goals, but also make sure that they have their independence as well. And a lot of them have their own independence. My son has his. My son plays his own games. He doesn't want to. He wants me to play with him on everything. And there's a lot of games I don't have interest in playing, but the ones I do, I try to engage him a little bit. He's learning controllers, and until he's mastered the controllers, he cannot play any of my video games. And a lot of my video games are rated in for mature. He is mature in a sense that he doesn't understand what's going on. So I guess he's more naive than mature, but I don't want him playing a lot of the video games that I play. He knows what Among Us is, so we might play that one together. But you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm rambling at this point, but he's overcoming things. I'm overcoming things with him as a support. I've been with him his whole entire life. I'm always going to be proud of my son. I am proud of Gabe, even though, I don't know Gabe. I'm proud of that young man who, is respectful to his mother. I'm as proud of that adult man who, does the food reviews. And I'm proud of that little girl. I am proud of everybody that, is themselves. I'm proud of you guys. And I don't know, if you just want positivity in your life, watch them. Like, just watch them. It's just amazing. I just want to give more publicity to it, because you learn so much about what autism is. You learn so much about what a disability is if you watch these people. I'm watching videos of people who have dementia, Alzheimer's, and yes, I am quite aware of what those are. My grandmother had it. But you sit there and you watch it, and you're just like, wow, I did not know that. Oh, wow, it affects everybody differently. Of course, you get those sad moments, but you get a lot more happier moments. And you watch these people overcome those sad moments. I think that's more inspirational than anything. But I'm going to start rambling here, so I'm going to try to get off. That's all I basically want to say, is bring more awareness to it, and I'll talk more about it later on. If anybody has any questions about autism, specifically my son's autism, you can ask in the comments, as long as you keep it respectful. But please check out these people. I know if you start watching, one, other ones will show up. They do a lot of shorts, so I usually try to get them in my shorts, and I usually like all the videos, and I don't know what's going on, but I think it's because my son watches his videos. It kind of I don't know. But if I find them, I will link them below. One of them is For the Love of Gabe. I do remember that because the kid's name is Gabe. Um, and I'll try to find the other ones and give more shout out to them. And if you know any of them, make sure that you comment down below in the YouTube channel and give those people some, promotion. Give them some shout outs, give them whatever you need because, like I said, these kids, these adults with autism are amazing people and they should be shared. Well, that's all for now. You all have a great day.